So we'll begin with Elaine Mastromatteo.
That's right.
Okay.
Thank you very much. I am Elaine. I'm green and I'm your neighbor. This year, 11% of Ohio's voters chose to register with the Democrat Party and almost 18% registered with the Republicans, leaving over 70% who consider ourselves independent or third party. So why is it that only two parties control our entire electoral process? Where are the seats on the county boards of elections for independents? Where are the gerrymandered state districts for independent and third-party candidates? The Republicans and Democrats in the Ohio legislature are too busy playing power games with citizens' rights and satisfying wishes of their big money donors to care about ordinary Ohioans. They hold power not by virtue, but by manipulating the system. They slowly chipped away at the rights of Ohioans, leaving them with no resource to protect their communities, or hold the criminal or the incompetent accountable. Every problem that faces Ohio today has been faced and fixed by someone else. We don't have to reinvent the wheel. We just have to look at the most successful efforts on the part of others in similar situations. We should have universal health care. Instead, we've got an incomprehensible, expensive, for-profit system of health insurance, not health care. We should have a thriving industrial hemp and cannabis industry that would benefit Ohioans all over the state. Instead, we perpetuate a disastrous war on drugs and incarcerate some 2.3 million Americans in a for-profit private prison industry. We should have fully and fairly funded education through college. Instead, we have a student loan crisis in this country that threatens the futures of our college graduates. We should have renewable energy that's environmentally safe. Other countries are making huge advances in eliminating the need for dirty fossil fuels. Yet I'm the only candidate here who objects to fracking and seeks to throw off the iron grip of the oil and gas industry. The technology is there. What's lacking is the will. And what removes the will to legislate for the people is the influence of money. So, while I hope my opponents are good men, I know their parties are corrupt. And by corrupt, I mean that they've allowed corporate money to fund their campaigns and corporate insiders to write legislation in their favor and to the detriment of the people. As we watch more of our rights get stripped away, whether it's home rule, or voters' rights, or female autonomy, we feel more and more helpless to do anything. So that's why I'm here, to speak for us and to let you know that if you want a representative that does not take corporate donations, who will not be corrupted by big money lobbyists, and who will legislate purely in the interests of the people of Ohio, that I'm the only one. Thank you.
Thank you. Michael O'Brien.
Thank you very much, and thank you very much for the organization of this event this evening. My name is Michael O'Brien. I'm a son of a fireman and the father of a Marine. I'm a graduate of Warren John F. Kennedy High School, a graduate of Youngstown State University with a bachelor's degree in criminal justice, and father of 3 children. My entire adult life has been dedicated to public service. As a probation officer in juvenile court for 11 years in Trumbull County Family Court. I was elected to City Council and served for 11 years in the City of Warren. I was elected County Commissioner and served 11 years as Trumbull County Commissioner. And I was elected Mayor of Warren and served 2 terms, 8 years. I've been honored to be elected, and I've been honored to be re-elected for 30 years. I feel with that legislative and administrative experience as a councilman and as a county commissioner, I can hit the ground running to serve the people of the 64th District as your voice in Columbus. During the times as I served as a county commissioner and mayor, we restored courthouses, constructed county jails, implemented the first 911 center in the history of Trumbull County. I worked with the Ashtabula County Commissioners in constructing the first Lake River Greenway Trail connecting Ashtabula County and Trumbull County in Orwell. All during those times of working as an elected official, every year we balanced our budgets, and especially in 2008 and 2009, during the worst recession since the Great Depression. As a result, I've been hired and rehired. Ask the Chamber of Commerce. I've been bestowed an honor as the only elected official in the Mahoning Valley to be awarded by the Chamber of Commerce as the Public Official of the Year and Business Advocate of the Year. Ask the labor unions of the Mahoning Valley. I've been endorsed by every labor union in the Mahoning Valley. Ask both newspapers, the Tribune Chronicle and the Youngstown Vindicator. I've been endorsed by those newspapers, not only in this election, but for the past 30 years. As a state representative, I wish to restore, as the question was earlier, to restore the resources that were stripped by the loss of local government funds from the counties, the cities, and the townships over the years. Ladies and gentlemen, those funds are mainly used for safety forces, police and fire. My name is Michael O'Brien. I've been honored to be elected and re-elected, and I'd love to serve as your state representative in the 64th District. Thank you.
Thank you. The minimum wage in Ohio increases in January. Do you consider $8.10 an hour a living wage? Ms.
Mastromatteo. Elaine Mastromatteo. No, I really don't. I would like to see $15 an hour. Two of our largest employers in this state, Walmart and McDonald's, can well afford it.
Mr. O'Brien.
Thank you. I agree with Ms. Mastromatteo on the increase of the minimum wage. I agree with the fact that $8 an hour or $8.15 an hour is not a living wage. I'm not certain. I'm sure that'll during the sessions will be negotiated, but I'm not quite certain that I agree with the minimum wage at $15 an hour. But I'm sure that something less than 15 and obviously something more than 8. Thank you.
Thank you. What is your position on fracking and injection wells? Would you allow them in state parks and state forests? Mr. O'Brien.
I am in favor of fracking. I am closely, and by the way, in fracking, I'm in favor of fracking under the obvious guidelines of the Department of Natural Resources and the Ohio EPA. I am also in favor of fracking with those same guidelines in state parks and in public grounds. However, regarding injection wells, I am not in favor of the institution of injection wells. I'm from Warren, and we've had some issues with the result of injection wells and causing some earth tremors. So I'm not in favor of the injection well industry as much as I am in favor of the fracking industry. And obviously both those are under the auspices of the Department of Natural Resources and the Ohio EPA, who are very excellent in their professionals.
Ms. Mastromatteo.
I am opposed to injection wells for sure. I don't see why we should take other states' waste. It's going to stay toxic forever, and it's not going to stay where they put it. Concrete casings do degrade, it's a fact. The industry has polluted the area. They've been careless. There's not enough oversight. There's not enough staffing to watch this industry, which has so many accidents. Fracking itself contributes to global warming with methane emissions. It's very dangerous. It's not respected. If it's that safe, let's track it. We can inject the dye into wells. We can see exactly who's responsible when toxins permeate our water table and our groundwater and kill our cattle and our kids and our future.
How do you feel about the cuts in money to education? What can be done about the rising student debt for higher education? Ms. Mastromatteo.
I believe in the creation of a state bank. I think that the state could make low-cost loans available to students. They could encourage reasonable rates at college. We do need to take some of that money and put it in our schools. We need to invest in our schools. This is our future. These are our kids. This is our Ohio family. The proceeds from such a state bank would be reinvested in the school systems and in lending money to other students.
Mr. O'Brien.
I'm the father of 2 students that have enormous loans, one at Ohio State and one at Penn State. And I agree that the absurd rates and the absurd idea that your child, congratulations, I have a job, and the next day you receive your bill from your institution. You know, we're looking at a $1 billion rated aid fund with no answers. Your fracking is your economic development throughout Ohio. There's funds available there. Somehow there could be a bank to decrease the interest or decrease the funds that our poor students who are trying to just get on their feet, trying to buy a house, trying to continue their adult lives, and faced with those enormous loans and debts that will carry on for 20 years.
Thank you. Have either of you, of the candidates for the 64th district, signed a no new tax pledge? Mr. O'Brien.
No, I have not signed a new tax pledge. And I will say something. When I ran for county commissioner in 1993, I said, if I'm elected, I'm going to raise your taxes. Because in Trumbull County, we didn't have a sales tax. I imposed a sales tax. With that sales tax, we restored the courthouse, built the county jail, built the 11th District Court of Appeals that those judges work in. We continued to construct the bike trail. We built a NeoCap building for low-level offenders. We brought cyber age of technology to our buildings. We did that and funded that for 15 years. And all those buildings were complete and constructed with the sales tax, what was equal to most of the counties in Ohio. So I did not sign a no tax pledge, and I think that, as County Commissioner McClure said before, Ray, if you have taxes, you're a good steward of the taxes, you do what you're supposed to do as an elected official, and the people have the sense of enjoying that and enjoying the prosperous activities. And I'm in favor of the Metro Parks levy and in favor of the senior citizen levy, even though I wasn't asked that question.
Well, so am I. So am I. And I'm not going to sign a no new tax levy. I think that one of the major things that we have to do is gain revenue for our state programs in a sensible way and allocate resources properly, and acting like the best thing that we can do for people is to cut their taxes is just wrong. We owe each other a social safety net. We owe each other care and compassion. We owe each other respect. We owe the future. And we can't get some of the things that we owe it to ourselves to have by cutting taxes. So I think that gaining revenue is important. I'm not going to say that that's not my job. It is. It will be. To gain revenue in sensible ways and to allocate it properly for the best interest of the people of Ohio.
Thank you. Candidates for the 64th district, Elaine, Mastromatteo, and Michael O'Brien. Are the education? Okay. Is Nancy MacArthur and John Patterson here?